Let's talk about Mercedes. Mercedes Mone. Again, I've got nothing against Mercedes. I don't really know her. I worked in WWE briefly while she was there. Never really had any interaction whatsoever with her, but respected the hell out of her. Great performer. Unbelievable in the ring. Great. She had a unique appearance. There was something mysterious. There was a mystique about Sasha Banks. But WWE knew how to utilize Sasha Banks' strengths. But more importantly, WWE understood her limitations and produced her around her limitations. What does Tony Khan do? He gives her the ball. He gives her creative control. For some reason, Mercedes Mone, previously Sasha Banks, feels like she's great. She's a great promo. One of the reasons I never heard her do promos in WWE is WWE knew better. She cannot carry a promo. She should never be allowed to open her mouth. Every time she opens her mouth, her stock goes down. And it's to the point now where I don't know if she's worth anything. You think Camille's getting a rub because she came out there? And by the way, did you watch the entrance? Of course, Mercedes Mone. It's all about Camille. This is her big moment. And we're going to talk about Jen Pepperman, by the way. I saw that come up, John Hayes. We're going to talk about Jen Pepperman in just a moment as part of this, because I dig Jen Pepperman. I got a lot of respect for her. But Mercedes Mone has creative control, reportedly. Again, I don't know that as a fact. I'm not Dave Meltzer. I don't state things as facts unless I know that they are facts. So reportedly, she has creative control. And if that is true, she apparently thinks she can handle a lot of dialogue. She's wrong. And Tony Khan doesn't have the balls or the ability, or both, to say, hey, Mercedes, let's back this up a little bit, because I'm a data analyst. That's like my thing. People, Dave Meltzer and everybody talks about how great I am at data analytics and providing that to the NFL, blah, 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 which all may be true, by the way. But clearly he doesn't have the ability to research his own data and look at his own analytics, because if he did, he'd be going, shit, this isn't working. She's horrible. She was introduced poorly. The setup was horrible. It wasn't horrible. It was just not effective. But when she started talking, her stock, $5 million reportedly annually, limited number of dates reportedly, and a 7-figure contract reportedly for Jen Pepperman, who's a friend of mine. I know who I just think the world of. I don't know that it's a fact. I have not had any conversations with Jen. I would not compromise her position or her relationship with anybody by communicating with her while she's working for AEW. I have too much respect for her for that. And I'm her cheerleader. But she is a writer, director with a tremendous track record. Jen Pepperman understands episodic television. She's an Emmy Award winner, director, writer of daytime television, soap operas. And that's what professional wrestling should be, is a soap opera, not a dream match festival. So I'm going to stick with Jen and Mercedes. I think the world, I had a chance to work with Jen a little bit. We didn't work together deep on anything creatively, but I interacted enough with her. We challenged each other enough, even over a short period of time, that being 4 months, where I immediately gained respect for her. Not only because she was really good as a writer, not only because she really understood episodic television and the unique nature of it, and how important it is in professional wrestling, but she's got guts. She's a strong woman. She will stand up. I watched her in meetings that I was in with Vince McMahon, who can be a very intimidating individual. She wasn't intimidated. She was respectful, but she stood her ground. And I think the world of her. But regardless of how talented Jen Peppermint is, she is a writer. She is a director. Probably in this case, a producer as well. She can't go out and cut the promo for Mercedes. She can't grab the mic and do it. No matter how good a writer is, no matter how good a director is, if the performer, actor, actress, wrestler, whether it be theatrical, television, Broadway, if the talent doesn't have any talent, it doesn't matter who's writing or who's directing. And the fact that Tony gave creative control to someone who has never demonstrated the ability to be good at creative, because he certainly didn't have creative control in WWE, to spend $5 million a year plus on a talent and give that talent creative control. And then once you do realize that she's going to drive her own character, and by the way, your company, into the ditch and not do anything about it, that's interesting. But maybe it's everybody else's fault. Maybe it's because, to be an AEW is to be under constant attack because you're the challenger brand. Tony, you keep bringing that up. You're the challenger brand. You are not the challenger brand. Who are you challenging? You're only challenging the bottom of the barrel. And you're getting really close to establishing a new record. Anybody else that would be in your position that would have been hired, that would have been held accountable, would have been fired a long time ago. You're in a unique position, Tony, because, well, it's your money. You can blow as much of it as you want because you have an almost unlimited source of it. Good for you. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I wouldn't mind being in that position. But that's the only reason that you still exist on television as a personality. You're able to pay for it. You'd have been fired a long time ago if you would be held accountable for anything. Anyway, what else are we going to talk about? I forgot.
SaveWithConrad.com. My name is Doug Gustafson, and we are from Columbus, Ohio. First learned of Conrad through his podcast network. I'm a big 83 Weeks fan. Probably got into a little bit more credit card debt than what we wanted to during the course of the pandemic. We wanted to get rid of some of that. My wife and I had luckily bought the house many years ago and had quite a bit of equity built up in it. We are looking to actually redo our bathroom, things around the house that we wanted to do with the other equity that we have left over. We've been talking about refinancing forever, and I finally just took the plunge and called the number, got a hold of him, and from start to finish, it was just fantastic. I had Diane within the day. The communication with her was fantastic. The process moved quicker than I could have ever hoped. My name's Doug Gustafson from Columbus, Ohio. I ended up saving $800 a month with Save with Conrad, and am able to also update our bathroom.
NMLS number 2129, Equal Housing Lender.
SaveWithConrad.com.